What's up, mini motor manipulators? My name is Small and Fun, and this is Tommy. Today I come at you with great regret. My regret is that yesterday we rode the heck out of the Kandy-Rat all day long, and I was having so much fun that I didn't record a bit of it at all. Not 1 second. All right, guys, like I said, yesterday we got out there and we rode the snot out of the Kandy-Rat. I had a couple friends over, Cody and Sean, and every time they come over, we like to get out there and tear up the track, bust out the Kandy-Rat, and just have a good time with it. Yesterday was a day of pain and suffering for the Kandy-Rat. So Cody came over and it was his first time to ride the Kandy-Rat. He idled around the track, you know, hadn't really gotten into it, and we came around the main big swoop before you hit the back stretch, and he just laid into it. Now Cody is 120 pounds soaking wet, okay? He's not a big fella. And so the Kandy-Rat plus Cody equals really fast, borderline scary go-kart riding. And so he went into the main swoop and just hammered it, okay? And on that back turn, where I had previously, you know, drifted too much and I hit the tire on that T-post, that same turn, Cody hit an even more epic, I'm talking like rally racing, slow motion drift. But we don't have the room on that turn for super epic rally racing drift in that corner. So he managed to get the back tire into the cow pasture side of the fence right before a T-post. And so the tire went on the opposite side of the T-post, caught the axle. Which side was it? The brake side, caught the axle between the brake and the tire and completely bent the T-post. Racked himself, did a flip off the go-kart, landed on a cactus, because West Texas, and bent the live axle. And Cody offered to buy me a new axle, which was mighty fine of him. And so he gave me the money for a new axle, but then my friend Sean came over and we all decided we want to ride now. So since this axle's already bent, we may as well try to bend it back. And we actually got it bent back. It's not perfectly straight, but seeing on how we're riding on a dirt track, you can't even tell it's bent. So all's well that ends well. Well, then Sean gets on it and he's ridden it countless times. I mean, he's done half the work on the Kandy-Rat himself. So we got out there and we were drifting and we were going around this back corner. We're doing the track backwards and you drift around one tree and then quickly 180 drift around another tree, and then that lines you up for the back stretch. Well, Sean played it a little bit too close and just barely nicked the second tree. And now the camber that I had on there, which was already exaggerated a lot, is now way more exaggerated because he bent the front the spindle. He bent that, bent the saddle, and I think he even bent the axle shaft up and back a little bit. So all of this babbling just to tell you that we had a blast yesterday. We tore up the Kandy-Rat, and now I've got to fix it. And so I figured, I'm yelling, And so I figured, since I've got to break down the Kandy-Rat and fix it, it is high time that we remove the engine, remove the axle, straighten everything out. And I think it's time to paint this thing. I've got the paint, I've got the supplies. The go-kart is at a point where it needs to be worked on anyways. So I think we're gonna break it down for paint. Oh yeah, steering wheel. We gotta see if we can take that off. Hey, hey! Is that an aftermarket steering wheel? It's pretty cool though. I like the steering wheel. Okay, we got the steering wheel off, engine off, axle off, everything off. I think we're about ready for paint. All right, we're back. We're in here in the garage. It is cold as ice outside, so you're going to have to listen to that heater once again, but it's the only way I can stay warm in here and get my go-kart time in. Today we're back on the Kandy-Rat. The paint is dry. It's time to fix that front suspension and then get everything put back together so we can ride it this weekend. I'm sorry that I didn't record painting the Kandy-Rat. It was one of those deals where I just took it outside real quick and put it up on blocks and sprayed the tar out of it. It was really boring. And if you like go-karts and mini bikes and fixing cars and doing whatever mechanically, you've seen somebody spray paint something before. So if it makes up for it, I will show you when I spray paint the spindles and the front axles and brackets and stuff like that, saddles. What are those things called? Anybody out there? The little deals that hold the spindles. The brackets or saddles, hubs, what are those called? I have no clue. I'm just gonna call them the spindle saddles. Spindle saddles. That's what they're gonna be called. We need to paint the wheels a bright candy red to finish off that rat rod look that we're going for. I said I was going to put some mesh into the side of this thing before I painted it, but then I painted it before putting the mesh in, so I haven't decided what I want to do there. I can either grind off some spots to weld it to and then repaint it, or I could just leave the mesh. Leave the mess. Jeez, oh Pete. Leave the metal stuff off the sides. I could leave the mesh off of there until a later date. I don't know that yet. Next update, and hopefully we'll get it done today, is that brand new 212 sitting over there, Predator style, is going to go onto the Kandy-Rat. It is going to get the stage 1 upgrades and that new wicked sweet header that I built for it. I love that header.
In a world where headers are beautiful.
I really do. So yeah, hopefully engine and solid axle going back in. Wheels are getting painted up. Front steering alignment and all that jazz is going to be fixed up. It'd be way too hopeful to think it's all going to get fixed today, like in real life, but it will be fixed on this video, that's for sure. So anyways, without me babbling some more, let's get to it. And let's get down and dirty and mess with the Kandy-Rat. All right, guys. I'm gonna try to talk loud enough so you can hear me over this heater. But without sounding like I'm yelling at you. First things first, we're gonna cut off these front spindle saddles. And I need to change out my cutting wheel real quick. It honestly pains me to cut these things off. Alright guys, next part of our goal for today is to get these wheels painted red. So we're going to tape up the tires. Try to. This tape is kind of horrible. Try to tape up the tires. You know what? Forget that tape. Gorilla tape. If you're going to paint your wheels on anything, but in this case go-karts, you want to make sure you tape off that tire. For one reason and one reason only. If you don't, it's going to look like garbage. You want to do a light coat. And this is really bright paint, so it's showing up on a gray wheel. But you want to do a real light coat at first. In sweeping motions, don't just hold it down and go. And just like that, we have our first coat of Rat Rod Red. Boom goes the dynamite. Alright guys, I'm going to turn the camera off for now because my phone's got to be close to dead. I'm going to finish up these wheels and I'll get back at you when I'm done. Alright guys, for me, this has just turned into a good place to stop. I got my wheels painted red. They are ready for the flat black Kandy-Rat. They're ready to go on. Next move is the live axle, steering wheel, stuff of that sort, pedals, engine. Yeah. Well, my wheel's rolling away. Where are you going, old guy? Huh? I guess that means it's unbalanced. Yeah, boy. That's gonna be sweet. I'm not saying the S word in this video one time. If I go to editing and I find it, I'm gonna cut it out. That was good once. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. Got my wheels painted up. I'm gonna lay that one back down flat, let them dry, and I'll be back here when we're finished up, or when we're finishing up. See you. And we're back. Back in the garage today with the Kandy-Rat. Today, we are going to start piecing it back together. The wheels are all dry. They've been drying for a couple days now. I've really just been stretching this episode out, you know. Had a lot going on this last week, so I can hopefully get this uploaded in Saturday, which will mean I spent almost a week on the video. But that's neither here nor there. The Kandy-Rat is looking awesome. We got to get the live axle back in. We got to put a motor on it. I'm intending on putting the new Predator in it. So tonight we should be doing the stage 1 mod swap over to the new Predator. I need to go get some oil for it. I think I'm going to run Royal Purple. The only reason I'm going to run Royal Purple is because I've always heard so many things about Royal Purple, and literally since I've started learning about engines, I've wanted to run I've wanted to run Royal Purple in an engine, and I've just never gotten the chance to, or you know, never wanted to experiment on my vehicles with Royal Purple. So now that I've got a go-kart and I've done a little bit of research, I'm gonna run Royal Purple in the new Predator. So yeah, that's enough babbling. I've been babbling a lot on this video, so we're just gonna get down to it. All right, guys, well, we got the wheels and tires on, the axle, obviously, if the wheels and tires are on, the axle's on. The pedals, the pedal return springs, we got the brake system set back up. I had a solid push-pull rod that went to the brake, and it would kind of hang up a little bit just because of the thickness of the direct linkage. So what I did was I cut it off and bent it, and then I ran a wire, a cable, not a wire, ran a cable from that linkage up around the band brake, and then it's working great. So now it is time to do a stage run. That's all, folks. It's time to do the stage 1 swap over to the new Predator, which I am completely excited about. Let's get to that.